The initial thing that kicked it off for me was Jason Reitman, because I secretly had been kind of stalking him, and didn't get locked up for it. But I'm sure he has a restraining order against me. It was in the year that Up in the Air was kind of came out, and then was doing the whole awards season stuff, that I came across him, and I just remember very vividly watching that film and wanting to be being jealous of Vera Farmiga, and then going, God, I would love to have a chance to work with this guy. And so when he came to me before I even read the script and said, I read this thing and I think it's going to be my next movie and I want to do it with you, I was like, pretty much there. And then, of course, reading this character and thinking about the combination of discovering this woman with someone like him was just like Willy Wonka and the golden ticket. I just love characters that constantly keep you on your toes. There's nothing easy about her, and there's nothing comfortable about her, and in a way that's what makes her, what made her so incredible to kind of be in. And I don't think I think that she's one of those characters that, in a way, maybe I just only scratched the surface. You know, maybe we need to make a sequel to really kind of get into who she really is. But the whole experience of making the film, not trying to isolate it as just the character, was it was the combination of the material, Jason, and making this film that made it one of the best experiences that I've ever had. Patton Oswalt, which I think everybody kind of knows him from his stand-up comedy, is a real actor. And I'm so glad that he's in this film, because I think people are going to actually see that he's not a stand-up comedian. He's really an actor. And there are moments in this film when I watch him that reminds me the first time I saw Philip Seymour Hoffman on screen. And I think that he's going to just be have an incredible career after this. One of my favorite scenes in the film is with an actress, Colette Wolfe, who plays his sister, Patton's sister, Matt's sister. And she really is an incredible character and really set up in a really powerful way, because she really kind of, in many ways, decides how the film is going to go and where it's going to veer. But she's an incredible actress who had a really difficult job, and she pulls it off. And I never get to work with a lot of women. So that day was one of my favorite days, to just sit at that kitchen table and get to do what we had to do. Somebody that I've been somewhat obsessed with is Patrick Wilson. And in many ways, I begged. I mean, Jason loves him too, but I was just like, oh my God, it'd be so great. I've always wanted to work with him. I remember, in everything that he does, he's so committed. You never, ever see him flinch. But when I saw Little Children, I was just like, I have to work with this guy. He's so amazing. And Elizabeth Reeser is in it. She's incredible. Everybody has got really challenging roles in this film, because Mavis is such a train wreck that it's really hard for other characters to kind of keep it together around her. At some point you just kind of go, really? And they walked a really fine line, and I don't think I could have done what I had to do with Mavis if I didn't have that support. Mavis decides to kind of go back to her small town because of a baby announcement that she gets from the wife of her high school sweetheart. And in her head, she builds this obsession that he isn't happy. And she knows she's not happy, and in a way she thinks if she rescues him from this hell of a beautiful newborn child and a gorgeous marriage, that maybe she could be happy too. And so she is a character that has I think a severe kind of compulsive addiction, and the compulsion just grows and it becomes completely delusional. These kind of movies are my favorite to make, because you shoot them in 30 days, you have a really small crew, and it's a little bit like packing up and joining the circus. And I just love that. I really, really love it. And there's a camaraderie and like a real togetherness, a real family about it that I love. And the crew was amazing. In many ways, I think everybody was endeared to her. And it's really nice when you work on a set where everybody really kind of likes what they're doing. And we all had a laugh every once in a while by kind of pushing the envelope with her, saying the most outrageous thing that we possibly, people coming up. The spirit of the movie, I've come to realize, free people to come up to you and acknowledge things that I don't think they would acknowledge normally about things that they've done that is very Mavis-y or stuff like that. And it's really lovely. I think the element of surprise is always nice for me. I always love when people kind of go, I wasn't expecting that. And I think that's what I liked about the movie. I like the idea that when you look at the poster, when you see the trailer, it's a movie that's dressed up as something that it's not. It's trying, it looks like a very simple story, and it looks like we're just kind of doing comedy, but it really isn't that. It really is a story that deals with very, very real issues and deals with them in circumstances that are very entertaining to watch. And I think when you can find that balance, when you're not just like hitting somebody over the head with the drama of it all, but you're kind of doing it in a tone that feels entertaining. I think it's a very unusual little movie, and I love that people have been saying that to me.